Welcome back to another episode of Aunt and Andrew, where family's everything.
Until it's not. Hi, Andrew.
Hi, Aunt. Shannon Bedore may have had the most epic three-part reunion in the history of reunions, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, I thought this was the best three-part reunion ever.
Yeah, but even just her performance.
I mean, except for let me look back because a lot of people who are in that conflict don't show up for the finale.
Totally, but she was squeezing Gina's hand the whole
Oh,
time.
everything was good.
It
Her
was good.
Spanx was showing at
Yeah.
one point, which was just so iconic. Shannon,
Yep.
it was the Spanx are out,
Yep.
and
She missed
it,
the mark though. She should have said when Alexis was like not leaving, she should have
yeah.
been
Well,
like,
when she said to
"There's the
friend,
door, Alexis the whore," because that would have been funny. Or she should have been super dramatic and just got up and they could have had music come on and she could have been like, "And nobody in all of Orange County, no dumb bimbo like Alexis Bellino will ever bring it." And it could have been a
oh,
wicked plug. It would have been awesome. So that's
instead
just
of the
my tip.
NFL, instead of the
Maybe.
NFL. Yeah,
Instead of the
I kind of
NFL.
agree. Andrew and I are a little bit into Wicked right now. Will you look forward to when we both see it? We're going to do a Wicked review.
We're curious because we both love the musical. So, like,
I
and we know
love
that everyone
Wicked.
says it's good and everything makes sense. Cynthia Erivo, I saw her in the color purple live. It was amazing.
I
Absolutely.
saw,
And
I've told,
if you want to see something epic this
mm,
week, because they're doing all the press for Wicked, Cynthia Erivo was on Jennifer Hudson's show, and Jennifer
oh,
Hudson was also in the color purple. And they sing
oh,
What About Love together. And it's
oh, I
like,
bet it's
and because they were both
fabulous.
in the broad, even though Cynthia was with Jennifer Holiday
Yeah,
and
fine.
Jennifer,
They
no,
can
they
retake
actually
each.
did do it together at the start. Jennifer
Oh,
Hudson did it with her and then she left and then Jennifer Holiday came in. So I correct myself. They did do it together, but because they've been trained on Broadway together, like they worked with real Broadway composers together. It's not like they were in the same show. They were in the same cast. It is like Broadway level, the best talk show. You know, Kelly Clarkson does damage, as we all know. She's probably the best
yeah,
vocalist in the world right now, in my
right.
opinion.
I agree.
But every day it's still Kelly Clarkson. For one of these shows where like they bring someone on and then they sing together, which is what I love about Jennifer Hudson's show, it's the best you'll ever see because they've actually been trained together. So that's my wicked spiel. But I do look at Shannon as Elfie. I look at her this year as being this like going up against the norm. The norm is to cave and to cry and to have panic attacks and to fall to the system of what the housewife, the battered housewife, is supposed to be. And she breaks away and she flies
Oh
away.
my
She's like,
God.
no one's
We've
going to bring me
lost
down.
half the audience right now because they don't
No,
even know what Wicked is.
that's not true. Everyone does. Have you not been watching cable television for the past 5 years? It seems like
I
every
know
single
it's
way you
been
turn, it's a
forever. It's
wicked
wicked,
promo.
wicked, 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 wicked,
Every designer, I'm surprised
wicked.
Rebecca Minkoff at Nordstrom Rack hasn't had a wicked line.
Well, she did. She had a wicked line,
Oh, you're right.
Rebecca.
She did.
Yeah,
No
she
crap.
did. What are you
Her, Michael
talking about?
Kors, Alex and Ani, every single brand under
Hmm.
the sun has licensed
Um,
wicked.
yes, I saw Beekman. I told
Yep.
you. Beekman Boys, the goat milk, they have a wicked. So yeah, wicked's anyway. Can we
Yeah.
get back to
So
OC
how did
because
Bravo not get involved? I'm curious.
I don't know because they every ad is wicked on Bravo.
Yeah.
All right. So we had an epic, epic,
Reunion.
epic
Reunion. Epic.
reunion. Part three.
There's something about Emily
Yes.
making jokes with Heather about being in a size 12.
Yeah.
And then without missing a beat in her size, maybe, I don't know, 6, she said, right? 6,
She
8.
said it
That was a
was a
little big.
medium
It
she
was a
was wearing.
medium and it was a little
Yeah.
big. I love that
Oh, it
girl.
was a little big. It didn't look
Her
big to me.
turning mid-fight and not caring about so much, but don't you call me dumb.
Dumb.
Yeah, don't you call me dumb. You're the biggest idiot I've ever met. Moron.
Right on.
Or whatever
Moron. She's like, I can't even look at her. I actually think as good as Shannon, it was so raw that she couldn't really fight Alexis fair.
Oh no.
But Emily didn't care. And Emily was there to fight with Alexis. And I think, well, I had a lot of favorites, but I think one of my favorite parts is when Alexis is finally gone, that Emily was like, how can you all be okay with this?
Yes.
Like, how can you all be okay with
But they weren't.
this?
So the only thing I have to
And
say
they
is
weren't all okay with
Jen was
it.
not, because Jen did say in the moment,
Hmm.
then why bring up the videos? Why are we talking about the videos if they're
Yeah,
never going to be brought out? Because
right.
that is where I think Alexis is missing the idea
I
that,
don't agree
well,
with
no,
that.
Alexis did. See, that was the only moment of vulnerability. And I don't know why Andy didn't press it more. The question I wanted when Alexis said, I wasn't supposed to bring that up or I wasn't supposed to say it, I don't know why we didn't get, is John upset that you brought it up?
Yeah, never. No, because listen, Alexis was never anything more but John's mouthpiece.
Do you think that Andy's nervous that John would turn around and sue Bravo if he asked questions like that?
I don't know why they gave John Jansen any airtime.
To show that how big of a monster he was.
Yeah, but I also felt a little violated that he was on with no pushback at all.
Well, I think that
None.
it could have gone in two directions. It could have gone in the direction that he went in, which made him look worse. Or,
He's not a housewife. She's a friend.
but he's a
I
link. But he's a link. Come on, no,
He
no,
is. I
don't say that.
get the link.
Come on, you're a
And
Slade Smiley stand, okay?
I just didn't understand why we're even giving John
Well,
airtime.
because he needs to give
Because
his.
John is as evil, if not, he's his evil is equivalent to her.
Why
Um,
didn't he come?
I'm sure I'm sure his lawyers told him not to go if he wants a settlement.
Got it.
Okay. Um,
But what
John,
if he had said in those interviews, like, I feel badly that Shannon and I are no longer together, but Shannon has to figure out her own life and leave ours alone. What do you think would happen then? He wouldn't have said that, but what do you think would happen then?
well, I don't know, because here's the thing.
You hate
I,
doing role play like that. We
no,
do
I
it with
do.
our
I
personal
do.
lives too. I always say things about different people in the family. I'm like, what if they said this? And you're like, they wouldn't. So leave it alone.
It's true.
I like playing
Okay.
role play, okay?
Hey, okay, you leave that to you. Um,
Well, what is that supposed to mean?
whatever.
Just kidding.
Alexis is the best thing that happened to Shannon Bedore this season
Totally.
by far.
Alexis is the best thing that happened to this show. And let me tell you why. Because now with Alexis gone,
But she's been used up, and she had an expiration date, and it was this season. Just like Monica had an expiration date, and it was last season on Salt Lake. She was used for this season, and she thought, if I bring it, I'm coming back with an orange. No, honey, you get squeezed, and you're nothing but juice right now.
do you know who she like kind of showed me?
Who?
The return of Danielle Stout.
Yeah.
When Margaret goes, you've been used and ridden hard.
Yep.
And you know what? Let me
And
tell
you're
you,
done. You won't be back. You came back. You were used. We all got a punch at you, and now you're done.
you know who Alexis, when it doesn't work out with John Jansen, she should try to go get on that Todd gravy train over in Salt Lake because they're both clearly delusional of what happens on the Housewives these days.
Yeah, that's for sure. Alexis is delusional. We know.
So
She's
delusional.
also been
Yeah, what did she
um,
put on Instagram?
okay. Let's talk about her Instagram post. Well, no. First of all,
No, it's good, I think, to talk back. So say the Instagram first, and then we can talk about what really happened at the reunion. Because I
Okay.
think
All
this
right.
shows how delusional she really is
Yes. Okay. So at the end of the reunion,
when it aired.
when it aired, Alexis Bellino went on Instagram.
Oh, good. You're going to put your glasses on?
Yes, that
Oh,
means
this is when Aunt gets
this
studious.
is when I'm
Serious Aunt. This is serious Aunt.
wait a second. I thought I screenshotted it.
Did
I
she
think
remove it?
oh no, I got it.
Oh, okay,
No, I
good.
got it. Okay. I just have it. Okay. Um all right, keep on talking. I gotta find it.
Oh, okay.
You
Well,
know
this
what
is great.
happened? You know what happened? There's a new update on iPhone, and I took a screenshot and um
You
go
can
ahead.
also just go to her profile.
I'm going to her profile. That's what I'm doing instead.
Do you need me to help you spell her name?
No, I
A-L-E-X.
know how to spell Alexis
Like
Bellino. It's first
Alex?
of all, it's the last thing I saw. So,
Well, you can just put in the search bar of
I got
Instagram.
it right now. It says, I just had a chance to watch the reunion. I'm letting everyone know that I'm broken by this
Oh,
season.
I thought you were gonna say.
I was already broken by losing my mom 3 months prior to filming, so it was a difficult decision to sign back on. First of all, I'm going to make a comment on this. Don't bring your dead mom into it.
Totally.
Okay, that's what
I hate when people use their dead mom
I
as an
do
excuse for their
too,
behavior.
because you can't attack them. My mom's dead too.
Yeah.
Okay.
I hate
All
when people
right.
use their dead mom as an excuse for their
I do
behavior.
too. All right. Yet I went in thankful. It brought me out of bed and out of my depression. Well, when did you meet John Jansen? Did he get you out of bed or he
The
put you back
wake.
in bed because you were banging each other 4 times a day?
The wake
Okay.
was at the angry lady or whatever. That's probably where it was.
Yeah,
Dark lady or whatever it's called.
yeah, right. Um, okay. But now I have been beaten down so badly, so wrongly, and so many truths left out. Truths. She kept on talking about truths with Shannon, and the truth. You're not telling the truth. You're not telling the truth. What truth? What truth?
Mm.
Alexis, you will never know what was said between John and Shannon because you weren't there. And
Mm.
he is A1 gaslighting 101 you.
Oh
Okay.
yeah.
It goes on. It's so much better. So much left on the cutting room floor that I would have never brought so much hate to me and my family. Oh, now the hate's to her family. Oh, so she's trying to bring her.
LGBTQ back in.
Yes. I
Yeah.
can't say it, but you can. Okay. There are receipts, period.
Proof.
Many,
Screenshots.
period. And they, capital, will be brought out this week.
Oh yes, I know. Yes.
Okay. The lawsuit only finalized because the opposition knew we had the receipts to bring into court. Now it makes me laugh because I can just think of Shannon and her receipts, which are like me and my receipts on the Ritz-Carlton laundry list.
Yes, of course.
Okay. She had to pay up because she would have lost in court. Yeah, she only paid 60,000 of the 75, but thank you for the 60,000. John gave you a discount. Oh, you dumb, great, greatless. I don't know, whatever she is. I can't even, like, oh, we gave you a discount. Like, she can't help herself.
So what do you think?
Okay.
Do you think she's
No,
gonna use
no, it
this
gets
money?
better. It
Oh
gets
yeah.
better.
Well then hurry
The
up.
lie that someone paid for everything was squashed by the fact of what our forensic accountant did. Ooh, they bring in forensic accountants like for big divorces and stuff, like Jeff Bezos and his wife. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? Like they're not bringing in forensic accountants for John Jansen's money. I mean, it's just comical. Um, 50,000 was spent by John year one, then 380,000 over 3 years, then two loans of 75,000 each, which she finally had to pay because the evidence would have squashed her in truth. Truth prevails. It's unfortunate that I didn't get the opportunity for these receipts to be shown at the reunion, although they were brought by me and they were available to be shown. Wait a second. I thought this was John Jansen and you weren't doing John's dirty work. Well, hello. If you arrived at the reunion with the receipts, obviously you were. You dumb, stupid, and I don't swear, bitch. Sorry. Sorry. Okay? Because that's what she is. I can't hear
Totally.
you. Okay. All right. So John and I will bring them out in our own voice.
Ooh.
Oh, this is never how I would have thought or wanted it to happen. I also wanted to be known that I never thought that I'd be brought back this season to be a villain. Had I known that, I never would have signed on. Well, you know what, Alexis? If you don't want to play a villain on TV, don't be a villain on
Thank
TV.
you.
I mean, it's that simple. If I had known this, I never would have signed on. I live in love, not anger or hate or villainous. I lay awake every night wondering why I was portrayed this way. Why? Why? Okay. Unfortunately, this season made a hit show at my and John's expense. I thought my beating all season would be finally advocated for at the reunion and the truth would prevail. Sometimes God has a different plan. Oh, Jesus Jugs is bringing God into it again. Okay. Hate that too. Don't bring in God and don't bring in your mother. Okay. Because neither had anything to do with your bad behavior,
And
Alexis.
neither are looking down on you with pride either, bitch.
I know. I will now use my own platform and my own voice to share the truth with you because I do not live in toxicity or hateful behavior, victimhood or lies.
Are you still
I,
reading the message?
yes, I
Oh,
side onto reality and now I will bring the reality to light.
is that the end?
Okay. No, I
Keep
will
going
never
then.
act or become a victim. I will simply live with God and stand in truth. He always prevails. Hashtag stay tuned. Okay.
XOXO, the reality star.
Stay tuned. God will prevail. Was this about God prevailing or was this about you and John Jansen and your vindictive quest to destroy Shannon Bador?
Do you think that she'll be on next season of House of Villains?
OMG, no, but I would like to see Johnny J.
No.
Mm-hmm. As he claims he doesn't want to be on TV. So I would like him have his own day with it saying Johnny J, villain. Oh, yes, 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 yes. You know what? I don't think I've ever been this animated before, but there's just something about that chick. I wanted to slap her.
Yeah, totally.
Horrible. And the video, the video, the video, the video, the video, the video, the video. Listen, I mean, do we get to the last 36 hours? Do you got anything more to say? Do you want to talk about Tamra? Because that all blends into what I got to say too.
Yeah. But what do you mean
Okay.
about Tamra?
All right. Well, Shannon, when Shannon and Alexis were doing that,
Yeah.
first of all, you notice Miss Fancy Pants. She didn't say anything, did she?
She was worse than Tamra because even at the end, Shannon didn't say that Heather was giving her sweet looks and they didn't have an embracing moment. I think Tamra was sitting there and could see that she was wrong all season and it
Yeah.
was just in front of her eyes. But then again, I will tell you this, Tamra didn't try to justify her behavior. She didn't do anything. She stayed quiet. Heather continues on trying to justify and justify and justify.
I had a problem with Heather,
I
but
didn't have a problem with Tamra this
when
episode.
okay, and without a doubt, Andy had a conversation with Tamara before this to try to make her look good because he loves her ever since she shoved her tongue down his mouth on the New Year's Eve special
I
they
don't think that's
had
it.
20 years ago. No, she did.
She keeps shows
Go.
popular. Her podcast has a shit ton of
Yeah,
listeners.
no, I
She talks
totally.
so all she does
Right,
is
but
talk
he
about Bravo. She is
also
a walking PR stunt for them.
true. But he loves her. Let's not forget, he loves Tamara. He loves her. He does. Okay. And New Year's Eve, about 15, 20 years ago, at
I
the
know, no, I
stroke
know,
of
I know.
midnight, she shoved her tongue down his throat and he was like, ooh, he went back for more because, he's one of those, what do you call them? He's never, ever, ever, ever
A
kissed,
gold
touch
star
a
gay.
gold star gay. That's it. He's a
I'm
gold
not.
star gay. So he kind of, he
Two
got a
chicks
little
in
shy.
college. I had two chicks in college. One of them ended up in a psych ward after, and the other one, bless my heart and bless my soul. This is how pathetic I was, not knowing who I wanted. Her husband was away deployed, our boyfriend was away deployed.
Oh, that's the worst thing you can ever do.
Like 3 or 4 other guys dated her over the course of the year. Okay. At
Yeah,
least mine was
well,
only a one night
it's
stand.
in the Navy.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, Emily was spot on in everything. How she laid it down to those. Gina, real friend. I hope Shannon never turns her back on Gina because Gina was there for her at her
Gina
darkest
really grew
moment.
on you this year.
Yeah, she did. She did. Because
Gina had one of the best. Like, I don't think people realize that Gina, and again, she was handed on a silver platter the opportunity to be the voice of reason, to show her growth, because Shannon's reality was so reminiscent for her of her own in a different way.
in a different way. I think also a way that I'm not sober, as you know. You are. Um, I think that Gina sees what could have been her future with Shannon. You know, I think if she
Totally.
feels that if she had continued to drink, that her drinking issues would have escalated to the point they might have
Totally.
gotten to where Shannon is today at 60 years old. Because Gina's like 40 something or whatever. And I hope she's 40. If she's under 40, I'm sorry,
I think
Gina.
she just turned it.
I
But
think
I
she's
hear
about
you
40.
100%. And if
And
Shannon
she's seeing
hadn't,
herself in 20 years.
yes.
And that's where she's like, wow, I woke up and I got out of this Turkish twist.
Yeah. Well, I'll also say that Shannon had a choice. Shannon could have pushed Gina to the side when Gina was kind to her,
Mm-hmm.
and just been afraid that Gina was one day going to flip and be like, and you had the audacity to get mad at me. But instead, she embraced Gina as a changed person,
Yeah.
someone that was really there for her. And,
Mhm.
it's just an example of the difference that when someone, because anyone that's in recovery, we do have moments where we see someone else suffering and we put ourselves in their shoes because we see what
Yeah.
we
Well,
see.
I think
And some
she
people embrace it like Shannon did, and there's a
Mhm.
beautiful friendship that's forms. And
Yes.
then other times people turn to sleeping in their car, robbing stores, saying that they never did anything wrong. And then it's hard for the person to continue to feel badly for them. You get resentful because you're like, wait a minute, I swallowed
Okay.
what happened to me and
Yeah.
I moved
Can't you
forward
swallow
and I'm
it?
giving
Yeah.
you love, but like be real with me because I'm being real with
Totally.
you. And you
Totally.
can see that Shannon embraced that in a real way. And then
Yes.
look at how now they can actually grow as friends because they're both being honest. And there's no mystery here. Shannon could have been in defense mode, but like when it's a legal situation, it's hard to be in defense mode when there's police reports, right? So like people
Yeah.
read the police report and they're like, oh, this is real. Like,
Right.
so
Right.
you don't
Right.
have to be the one named in the police report being like, oh, well, that's not 100% what happened. Or, oh, I'm not going to talk about that. It's
Okay.
like,
Okay. All right.
what do they say? Whoever felt it, dealt it, whatever. That's it, right?
No, they say whoever smelt it dealt it, meaning
Oh,
when
yeah.
when you get past
Whatever. Same
gas.
difference.
I do want to say too, Vicky was not brought up in this episode at
Vicky
all.
wasn't in the
However,
show really at all this
I know,
season.
but I found a correlation in a lot of ways between why Shannon and Vicky have stayed thick through all this. And their lives are really parallel in so many ways. Both were married for a long time, both became reality stars, both have kids they love and are their life. I
And one
mean,
of them still completely lacks self awareness.
one had a man who she was with, Steve, for several years. She was buying him teeth and everything, taking him to Puerto Vallarta. He was running for governor of California. Wait, let me finish. Governor for California, the whole bit. Breaks up with Vicky, and he's engaged to somebody else in 14 seconds. And then he's married to her in like 3.5 minutes.
And what responsibility did Vicky take for that?
Then we have Shannon
Yeah.
with in a long marriage,
Yep.
got divorced,
Yep.
floundering a little bit,
Yep.
finds a guy, she's with him, she thinks he's everything. He dumps her and he's with the next hot bimbo in 12 seconds. He's got a big diamond ring on her and 14 and a half
No.
minutes.
Not the next hot bimbo. He breaks up with Shannon and then he gets with a bimbo.
Okay. All right. Yeah.
Shannon's not a
Yeah.
bimbo.
Right. No, I didn't mean it that way. I meant a bimbo. Right.
I was just
Okay.
fact checking and
Yeah.
correcting.
Yeah. You're right. Shannon's not. I
I don't
agree.
want Shannon to get
And
mad. She
so
must listen.
I kind of feel bad for two of them in a way because they're married for a long time.
Oh, yeah.
And then they get divorced and they have a guy in their life for several years. and then they just get tossed aside again. And so I think that's what's different where when
Vicky
Tamra
will
got
get tossed
divorced.
again
Yeah, maybe.
because she hasn't dealt with it.
When Tamra got divorced, she found another guy and she's been with him a long time, and he did marry her. And so that's a whole other thing I brought together. Now, Gina came off smart, intelligent. We saw by the 36 hours after, which
Oh,
is going to
yes.
go back to where we got to get to with Andy and Tamra.
I didn't think it was that big of a breaking news.
Oh, okay. Well, I have a theory on it. Okay. So let's get back to Tamra and Shannon hugging.
Yeah, let's get to it. Let's finish it because it took you
Okay,
16 minutes to read
Well, I got a
Alexis's
lot to
post.
say. Okay. I felt that Andy was looking at her like, oh, I noticed this, because Andy wants her to stay on the show.
Yeah, of
And
course.
she had a bad season. She wants to stay on the show because she had a bad season. Heather Dubrow just feels like she's Heather Dubrow and she'll be asked back no matter what.
They're all going to be
okay?
asked back. They can thank Alexis for that.
Right. Okay. But Shannon was spent. She was broken.
Yeah.
She's still broken.
Okay.
She was crying. Tamra, they got up, they hugged. There was some joined forces.
Mm-hmm.
Because let's face it, Tamra and Heather realized that they came off looking like
Yeah, you already said that.
horrible
Let's
human
keep
beings.
going.
But here, wait. Okay, so this goes back. So they hug. No tears on Tamra Bonnie.
That's not true.
I didn't see any freaking tears.
No,
okay?
she was crying. She was sad. She also, you could tell she had more work done. She's had more work done than Shannon. Tamara was trying to keep her everything together. Like,
I
you
don't know.
can't
I
judge it
didn't
on
see
that.
tears. Okay, but let's get to the 36 hours later, because this is where it all ties into me.
Okay.
Okay. That whole 36 hours later were two things. First of all, okay, we had the reunion,
Mm-hmm.
and now Tamra and Shannon can sit beside each other.
Okay.
Okay, they're in a house. We're in
Yeah, of
a
course.
relaxed atmosphere. We've got the 5 who we know are going to be called back. Though Jen
yeah.
will definitely be called back. Maybe Katie too.
I think Katie
Okay?
too.
Okay. So, but obviously, Emily and Tamra and Heather and Gina and Shannon deliberately left the other 2 out.
Yes.
That was like, we're the core. We're the 5. You 2 are just like, accessories.
Well, they're not. It doesn't make sense.
You're accessories, so to speak, okay? Making sure they weren't invited back. No, because if they were there, we would have had to deal with Heather and Katie's real life problem.
And Jen and Tamra.
And right, okay? And so we weren't getting that. We're just focusing on.
And Shannon.
There were 2 reasons that happened. One, to make Heather and Tamra look sympathetic.
Okay. And what's the other one?
That they had their moment.
Okay. Yeah.
Of like, oh, and then when Gina says it, oh, all of this is because of those 2. And they're holding hands, Tamra and Shannon and the whole bit. Okay. So it was a way to bring the whole series back together, the core. But the bomb they dropped is that there's a bad video of Shannon, who John Jansen promises will never see the light of day. But he's going to drop it because she already said, stay tuned on the Instagram feed.
Yeah, but I don't think she's allowed to now. I think that's why Shannon paid her the money. Did you see Shannon's post yesterday? She sent a photo of the wire transfer.
60,000 like paid. Yeah, but did they do their
They must have. Shannon wouldn't have done it without it. Shannon would not have done it without it.
Okay. All right. Okay. But here's the thing. Remember, John Jansen can't disparage her, but that doesn't stop Alexis.
No, I think Shannon's not stupid. Shannon's not stupid.
Well,
I think that they
no
did
control
it.
over Alexis.
I think they did it because they didn't want next season for this story to carry over.
And my belief is if a video does come out, it will be, oh yeah, that video I knew about. Because it won't come out this week. It's Thanksgiving. Nobody's going to do it this week. It will come out like in a few months when Alexis.
I don't think it's allowed to come out. I think Shannon would not have sent him money. If Shannon didn't know about a video, Shannon maybe would have been stupid and sent money without making sure that video wouldn't come out. But she's no way she would have sent money.
But I'm going to go. This agreement was between Johnny J and Shannon
And
Bedore.
you don't think that if it's on Johnny J's device, if it lands anywhere else, he's liable and has to be
I
held
don't know how
accountable?
that works. I
Yes,
don't.
yes.
Okay. All right. Well, I guarantee you that Alexis Bellino has it. Okay.
I don't know if John. See, this is the thing we have to remember. It's still John Jansen we're talking about here. You think
That's
that
why
you think he's that stupid?
no, I think, but Alexis would, this is what I think. I think Bravo was devised a way to protect their star
Well, I
by
think that they wanted to get ahead of anything, but they
ahead of
also
it. Yeah. Well,
but they
it's a way
also
to
want to make
protect their
sure
star.
that
Yeah.
next season someone doesn't say, "Oh,
Oh,
well,
the
after
video,
the finale,
the
Johnny
video.
J
Yeah.
and Alexis went to dinner with um Tamra and Eddie and Heather and Terry, and
Right.
all this was talked about and yada yada yada." And it was Heather and Tamara's doing to say, we don't want to leave this out. The reunion worked out well. Tamara and Shannon had a little bit of a reunion together. And
Yeah.
we don't want next season for someone to find out that Heather and Tamara knew all along
Right.
all these things. Are you placing bets? What are you doing?
No, I want you to know that 3 days ago, 3 days ago, Alexis Bellino posted this picture of her and Tamara hugging and kissing at a party they went to. I just want to put that out there. That
Well,
Tamara is not putting that out there, but Alexis Bellino
totally, but
is.
I think but Shannon's already said that her and Tamara really aren't friends even after the reunion. They've already
Yeah, yeah, even after the
they're
36
fine.
hours.
They settled things, but they're not friends. They don't want to be friends.
Did and they shouldn't be. But
No,
she
no.
is still friends with Alexis Bellino,
But I don't
is
think that
what
she
I'm
needs.
saying.
Yeah, but I don't. I think that what Tamara needs to do is just make sure that she's true to her word with Alexis of like, I'm not going to put up with what you've done to Shannon. That doesn't mean Shannon and I are friends. That doesn't mean I hang out with Shannon. It doesn't mean you and I can't be friends. But it's one of those situations of like Erica being friends with um Dorit and being friends with Kyle. You saw exactly how Erica watched the boundary and said, I'm not going to say anything to to Kyle about Dorit. And then after you heard Erica say to Kyle, did you know about this? And Erica says, I knew about it right before I went to your house, but Dorit told me not to tell you. And even Kyle didn't get mad. That's how friendships work when two people are friends with one person and those two people are not in a good place. That's how Kyle showed respect. She didn't get mad at Erica for not telling her about Dorit. Dorit trusted Erica that she wasn't going to say something to Kyle. And then look what happens. They can actually be friends. So it's like Alexis is missing that. Shannon and Tamara get it. You
Yeah,
hope.
well, I mean, and Alexis should because she's been on television for 15 years. She's
Totally.
a TV
Okay, what else do you have? Because we're
star.
going on like 40 minutes
I
here.
don't care. You know
I
what? We're not going
do.
to talk about this for a long time, and I have to get it all off my chest. I will say this: Jim Bellino has been out and he has said that he's not sure that he divorced her. Okay, that's important. I think if you go read everything Jim Bellino has said, that he's always taken really good care of her and that she needs a prenup. And even though they say they are gonna get married, I am going to guess that they never will, is my prediction for
That they'll just
Johnny.
say they're married, but they really won't be legally married.
Well, I do not think she's gonna want to give up her alimony while her children are still at home.
Oh, yeah.
Because when you get remarried,
Yep.
most cases are you lose your alimony,
Totally.
which is why most people don't get remarried and they just live with someone so they can still, milk the cow, get the
Totally.
milk from the last guy.
Yep.
So I do not believe that. I believe Jim Bellino has way more money than John Jansen.
You think Frank Sr. still paying Dolores?
He never, I don't think he ever did. But
Oh.
I think if she needed money, if she said, Frank, I need money, he wouldn't think twice about giving it to her.
Did you hear that Teresa's house is in early foreclosure with Louis?
I'm not surprised.
Mm.
I'm not
Mm.
surprised. We knew Louis was going to be a shyster.
Rue la la.
Is that a bad word, a shyster?
No.
I'm not sure. It could be. If I insulted anybody, I'm sorry.
I heard that word my whole life.
it's good.
Well,
I'm not sure. I just always thought he was fugazi stuff going on there.
yeah.
You know, I'm going to miss these ladies. I'm not going to miss seeing you 4 times a week, but I am going to miss these ladies because it won't. I'm
We
on.
also don't see me 4 times a week, okay? We only see each other once. Don't make these people think
No,
we're
this was
recording.
twice. This is twice.
Yeah.
But I was going to say, you didn't let me finish. You jumped all over my line.
You
I'm
insulted
going to
me.
miss seeing you 4 times a week for 4 shows a week, but it'll only be a week or two because Southern Charm starts and then we'll
Yes.
still be doing Beverly Hills. We'll be doing OC. We'll be doing Beverly Hills. We'll be doing Salt Lake. We'll be doing New York, which, ugh. And I hope New York's got a short season of like one more episode. And
Everyone, they're
so
trying so hard desperately to save it. It's so funny to watch.
it's
It's like watching a bird that's like shot and falls into a pool and it's just like floating, like a pigeon floating, trying to
a
swim.
pigeon. It's
Ah,
horrible.
save me,
It's
Andy,
horrible.
save
We're gonna
me,
have to,
save
you know
me.
what? Before the next time we do New York, I gotta find their ratings because I'm sure they're in the
Oh,
10.
no. They got up 400,000 this week. It was the season high.
Yeah, because it was following Beverly Hills.
No crap.
That was the only reason, and people go
Mm.
too darn lazy they can't find the remote to change the channel.
Totally.
Totally. All right, everybody. It's been great doing OC with you. One of the better seasons of OC. And this was, we can't forget this, the 100th housewife season.
Oh,
And
wow,
it
that's great.
started with the first Housewives. I was there in the beginning with Vicky Gunvalson and the Laurie Peterson and Gina Keogh and the woman who had to leave because she had so much skin cancer, she had to leave the OC. There was somebody
Well,
else. Oh, Slade's girl. What was her name?
Joe,
Joni?
she made a
No.
guest star
Joe,
appearance
just
this
Joe,
year.
just Joe. Right. I was trying to give her a medal. Anyways, everybody, I hope you have a nice holiday. You can follow us on Aunt and Andrew on Instagram and just tell me follow me over there because I'm over there.
Follow you over there. Well, thanks for joining, Aunt. And we love you guys. Talk to you soon. Bye.
Bye.